Hello, friends. I'm Jonathan Pishner with Apex Counseling, and I wanted to start a short video series on a concept that's very important for people's positive mental health, for basically being in the best emotional mental spot you can be. It's a concept that a lot of people don't understand well. It's the concept of self love. And the reason for that is number one, we're not taught much about that growing up. And also, a lot of people are afraid of becoming narcissistic. Narcissism is kind of the dark side of self love. So, a lot of people got some nervousness to engage with that topic just because they're afraid of being narcissistic and basically being awful towards other people. So, I wanted to at least like introduce this topic and put out some information on it so people have it. And one of the things I wanted to say about it is, especially in our culture, and I'm sure many other cultures are like this, but the American culture is very based around achievement. And one of the mistakes people make very easily is they base their idea of self-love on their achievements and kind of deny themselves any sort of self-appreciation until they achieve this thing or that thing. And the core idea behind that's not necessarily terrible or wrong. It's the mistake people make is they make those ifs, like, okay, I'll love myself if. They make those ifs too far out there, way too far out there, time wise, and how much effort it is to obtain them. And let me give an example to kind of illustrate that. Let's say somebody decides their goal is they're going to, they're going to make $1 million. That's a nice, easy one. Easy for everyone, right? So they spend however much time on that. Maybe it takes a decade. $1 million isn't easy to make. And in the meantime, they're denying themselves any self-appreciation because they haven't met their goal yet. Well, 10 years later, they meet their goal. Now they finally have permission to appreciate themselves. But they spent 10 years denying that to themselves. Most people can't flick the switch and then redevelop the habit of self-love now. What actually happens is most people can't figure out how to appreciate themselves because they've denied it to themselves for so long. And then they're like, well, okay, maybe if I just get the next achievement. And then they get on this emotional treadmill. It's like this emotional rat race, trying to be able to love and appreciate themselves. And really, they accidentally fell in this trap where they denied it to themselves, and now it's much harder for them to achieve. So if you absolutely have to attach your self-love to some kind of achievement, you've got to bring the bar way down, because you can't deny that to yourself for 10 years and have good mental health out of that. What has to happen is, if it's going to be tied to achievement, it's got to be something you can achieve, pretty much daily. And just to paint a picture, I don't know about you, I don't even get my to-do list done daily. I get my to-do list done a few times a year. So setting that as like, okay, now I can love myself. I just get my to-do list done for the day. Well, I'm only going to appreciate myself a few times out of the year if I set it that way. So the concept I want to introduce is tying your self-love to achievement is maybe a mistake out of the gates, but if you absolutely have to tie it to achievement, you got to bring that bar down so you can actually give yourself some appreciation, some love, because otherwise you're not going to have the energy to be able to go out and get the big achievements anyway. People think they got to give themselves the love after the achievement. You've actually got to be able to do that before most of the time to even have the energy to get there. So that's the concept for today. In the next video, I'm actually going to introduce a specific way to utilize that. But hopefully this idea is helpful to someone out there. If you have trouble with self-appreciation, self-love, you spend a lot of time beating up on yourself, hating yourself, and you're not able to get there on your own, reach out to a skilled counselor. This is a thing we help a lot of people with. So reach out to a skilled counselor and get some assistance. Thank you guys for hanging out with me for a few minutes today. I'm Jonathan Pishner with Apex Counseling, and I will see you next time.